Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for not beating the game last session, but that is the goal for this session. So, without zero ado, shall we continue the story? Now, I did hint that the fact that we might not beat it last session because of the fact that I did not have enough items to craft my ultimate weapon. So I will not be surprised if after doing those quests, this has unlocked a couple more monsters, or after talking to my homeboy right here. If this
Still alive, I see. Something tells me that eyesore on the horizon is your doing. How'd you manage that?
It's a long story. One that I'd rather only tell once.
Right. All hands on deck then.
Is this everyone?
Is this the real life? Or is this just fantasy? Final fantasy.
As I'm sure you've all guessed, the crystal which now commands the eastern skies was summoned by Ultima. He called it Origin. Though the significance of that name is as yet unclear.
What does it matter what it's called? Its emergence tore Twinside asunder and wiped my homeland from the map.
Mention of the Dominion spires can be found in the oldest of Vanisthian records. But to the best of my knowledge, none provide any hint as to their true nature. That they would prove the horns of some slumbering demon. Well,
the Dominion's demise was at least quick. Elsewhere, the Republican army cannot hope to contain the chaos engulfing Randalar. Canberra is in flames, and the Empire.
Our allies are crying out for answers. I've sent the Cursebreakers to give them what assurances we can, but right now that amounts to fuck all.
They wouldn't be able to stop what the skies have started in any case. People here and across the realm grow sicker with every passing day.
Could it be that this new Mother Crystal is like the others? That it draws upon the land's ether? It certainly looked that way from stone here.
If that were true, it would explain the hastening spread of the Blight since the crystal's appearance. Would it not?
And as the land's ether slowly rises to the surface, it pools, corrupting all who cannot channel its energies. Archay above, ether floods below, and in the middle, here we languish, hopelessly entrapped.
It's all right. When we faced him at Stone here, Ultima told us his true power quickens in the halls of Origin. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to continue. If we are to stop him, we will have to find a way into the crystal.
How are we going to manage that then? It's up in the sky. And fast as she is, the Enterprise can't fly.
It's a lot to take in, and I reckon we'd all benefit from some time to clear our heads. The answer will come to us. Don't you worry. Ain't that right, Clive?
Right. That's right.
Well, go on then. Bugger off. Same goes for you, Clive. You won't solve anything like this. Trust me. Go and get some fresh air, eh?
Joshua seemed upset.
I don't think the new monsters will spawn until we're ready for the last hurrah. But we clearly have some side quests to do as well because of
Ultima may have created us.
the fact that we don't
But
have
he doesn't
all
make
of those
us who
things
we are.
done.
Only we can do that. And if he would have us fight for our survival, so be it. It's what we've been doing all along.
Much like Ultima himself, it would seem. His new world being naught but a means to survive. And so, we must contend to decide which of us shall inherit the land. Should Ultima prevail, it will mean death for us all. Of that, we can be certain. But even should he fail, what world awaits us? A withered, godless place, where our newfound freedom will most like prove a chain in itself.
Well, that may be. But a chain can always be broken. As long as one has the will to break it. It won't be easy. It may take generations. Centuries of suffering. And that is if everyone plays their part. But it will happen. And when it does, it will be on our terms. That is the world that awaits us.
Indeed. And what better world could one wish for?
But first, we have to reach that crystal.
Then it's a good thing I have wings.
You can barely stand, let alone fly. And only the Founder knows what horrors await in those skies. Are you certain about this?
Am I certain? I am the Phoenix. I will do what I must. This is our fight. Remember?
All right. I yield. But only what you must, yes? I'm still your sworn shield.
That you are.
And what of my wings? Lest you forget, you go to stand against a god. I would not have you succumb to fatigue before the fight begins. Ifrit, your brother mentioned that some few of the dominants who had lost their power to you were still able to prime. Is that true?
It is. But their icons no longer submitted to their will.
Then mine will have to be stronger. That you both might save your strength for the battle to come.
You don't have to do this.
If you do, there's a chance you might lose all you have left.
And what have I but regret? My life ended in the Dominion. I fear death no more. Besides, I would have words with Ultima. He has much to answer for.
Yeah, he does.
We are in your debt, Dion.
We can speak of debts when this is over.
He speaks like a man who knows he's not coming back. And has come to terms with that.
That doesn't mean that we have to. does it, Clive?
Time to talk to Jill. I only hope she understands.
Still alive, are you? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here.
Come to wish on a star.
That might not be such a bad idea. This is it, Jill. You know what I have to do. Why I have to do it. There's no turning back now. This is where our journey was leading us. Where it will end, for better or worse.
I could pray to Metia for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
I did promise we'd watch the moon together.
I'll be waiting.
Now kiss. I said kiss!
It's almost time. Better make sure I haven't forgotten anything.
So many side quests.
Clive! Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended...
I would have done the same.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman. But tell me...
From what little I saw...
I suppose I should have but I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm. Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days, and without it, we must move quickly.
But where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are many. The realm's armies, as you've seen firsthand, it's every man and woman for themselves out there. Certain cities have banded together to try and maintain some semblance of order, yes? And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. In short, if Storm does not...
But how would one even begin?
The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn to maintain... Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates to... But I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen to on occasion.
I thought he was retired.
He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. And as luck would have it, I've already spoken with him on the matter.
Of course you have.
And he's agreed to help. On one condition. Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid principle. And he has certain... I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course. But the old goat was adamant that he be allowed to... You don't mind it?
Of course not. As long as... And if the Field Marshal wishes to speak with me in person...
That's the...
I'll leave for Randall. Would you send a Stolas?
Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital. I'll have him tell...
Excellent.
No.
No. Thank you, Clive. Three's company too. Oh my gosh. Who wrote me a letter? I was literally in my room. How did you deliver it and not tell it to me? I hate you. Oh. Guys, I'm so sorry. This is gonna be a long session, probably, if we're gonna beat it today, because we gotta do these side. Oh my gosh, and there's 2. Yeah, I'll talk to you, Karen. I don't care what you have to say. Good. Just why? Oh, my girl. Fine, Vivian, I'll find you. Alright. Gav?
My lord Margaret, some
Yeah,
of my... It's
Gav.
true. I have many fond memories. When I was a child, we would visit my aunt and uncle often. I went to see Aunt Hannah after my uncle passed away, but...
Oscar, I'd like...
But my training is not yet complete.
I warned you I might not be the easiest of masters. But rebuild her home.
Thank you.
Alright. Stick, not dick. Alright, let's get this one.
Say what you will. Lady Karen seems...
Pining for something, boy. What is it? What do you see out there? I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
From Sid, that's why. On the
That long ago?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg. Clapped that there iron on him to keep him from doing it.
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such a young age. Doubly hard in being a frost wolf. Torn away from his icons and all. Sid would always tell him, you want that iron gone, you find what it is you're looking for. I reckon what he were looking for.
I'm sorry, Talk. Sorry for making you wait so long. Let's get that thing off you. Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you? You want me to go with you somewhere?
Quick, aren't you? Glad you've been paying attention.
Not nearly as much as you have, lady.
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly these past 10 summers.
Your kindness is appreciated.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you.
Where to, then, Talk?
Sid's grave.
What do you think happened to Miss Min?
Sid, you have to...
With what?
No. Well, yes, but that's...
It's Miss Mididol. She's been acting very strange.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there. Her head's in a crowd.
In the clouds.
That's what I said, in the clouds.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind.
Not long ago.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did take quite a battering on the way there and back.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? You really should... Don't listen to her. Even if you did break the Enterprise.
But who's gonna put Miss Mididol back together?
Why don't I go and see if I...
You do that. She's in her diaper.
Don't scare him.
Thanks for the warning.
Whee!
Id.
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under my arse all along! Enterprise, nothing will.
To the skies? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise wings, are you?
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. Is this really so important that you need...
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm, and that's with the sea beneath. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so the Fallen had their chance. But they relied too much on magic. But not me. I've just... well, almost. First hand.
And is that a one...
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise is my baby. But if her godfather's offering to lend a hand, first I'll need oil, and not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the Tub and Crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordil. Then I'll need some bone, or shell. Light, strong, preferably no longer attached to the beast it belongs to.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the curse...
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the one who offered to help, remember?
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
Must be upstairs.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project? When you return, would you mind teaching the children
What? Is it upstairs? Are we finally going up? After all these years. Move out the way, friend. Climbing these stairs to talk to the flower guy.
I will not let them be forgotten. Sid.
Of course.
It is an honor to finally... My name is Herman. I wish to be deployed to Ash.
No. The lands across the Narrow, I will not send good men and women to... Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve some. I was raised, or rather, it was not a place of nurture. It existed solely to turn bearer children. We were tortured, until we feared no pain, and few ever survived long enough.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many, but they must be remembered. The Institute was run with military precision. Every child... Sid.
You were a good friend, Herman. But the fact remains that Ash is...
Sid.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. I'll go to Bad Bach and find the register.
You will?
I won't let you risk...
I don't...
You can start by telling me where I'll find it.
Vida Grace. Hidden in a forest.
All right.
May the mother...
May the mothers guide you. A litany of errors. Oh, good grief, there's so many quests, folks. Who's excited for a 4-hour session today? Yay! To be honest, I should break it into 2, but... Come on. Really? That's unfortunate. Yep. I for sure did not expect that.
Alright, Sid.
Only if you aren't. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project. You've encountered...
Most bones are the same. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better.
I do. And I know to give them a wide berth. Will any old adamant...
Well, with shells, the older the harder. There's a rumour of an ancient adamantus down in Carava, near all, but don't expect to make quick work of the bastard.
I'll keep that in mind.
Twinside's hundreds of leagues.
Vivian, and I'd be happy to help you find the book you're looking...
Thank you, Clark. But tracking it down will not be easy.
Please. You have always granted me. It's only right that I return the favor.
You are too... Alas,
What I ask of you is rather more trying than delivering. I spoke with Hippocrates to see if he had any inkling as to where another... But perhaps it is best that you hear the details from him.
If you say so.
Forgive me, Clive, for asking, but this book, it set me on the path to becoming who I am today.
Sid, I was wondering if you could help me.
It depends what with.
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds is key. As you know, the work we do is not easy, which is why I
don't mind, but...
Because he wants... Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and scouting. We're few with the nose for that, which is why we still rely so heavily. And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to recognize the traits in him that we should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
Sounds reasonable.
So you happy to oversee the boys' test, then?
One can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present.
No time like the present. Excuse me.
Northreach. I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer.
Ah, Clive.
Joshua, what's wrong?
I've received word from Cyril. The Undying have found
his will.
In the crypt, beneath Rus. After Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover, and in the process of doing so, they...
I'm surprised anything survived.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience.
Of course. I want to know what's in that letter.
Very well.
I'm gonna have a daggone veritable entourage when I leave.
All right, Toggle. I'm going to need a little bit more than... Do you have a better hint for me? Unless... You've already given me one. Why don't we try the rookery? I haven't been to the island. To Port Isolde, then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there.
Ah, Clive, my boy.
Hippocrates. I've been charged with locating a book.
And you seek a rare one whose name I had not thought.
Right as always. But she didn't seem keen to tell me very much.
And yet I gather it did naught to... Clive, if the young professor has tasked you with obtaining a copy, I fear she asks the impossible. The executors would not allow it.
The executors?
Coveters of Secret, a clandestine organization committed to the collection and intenebration of forbidden texts, and one such text being the tome Vivian seeks. Chronicling as it does, a tale which could overturn the established order were it ever to become widely known. Or, so rumor has it. I've never actually read the thing.
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why? Secrecy is the executor's watchword. They lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be seized, be it books, inventions, or people.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long after she found it.
By the hand of the executors.
But what drives them?
Fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the executors can be... You may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the identities of their leaders.
Then my hunt was doomed from the... What was Vivian expecting?
Not from thin air, no. From ash. Rumors of the executors are rife among the scholars of Storm, but rather less so across the strait. I have a friend, well, I had a friend in the village of Garnick. Alas, I have heard naught from him since the skies fell dark. But, though he did not mention it by name, it is possible that a surviving copy of From a Distance yet rests upon... If you were, by some chance, able to save even a single book from the poor man's library. I know his soul would rest easy.
Very well. When I'll be sure to pay Garnick a visit.
Alright, one left, and away we go.
Sid.
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. And something else. Records from a Waluda prison.
How did she come by such...
Finding bearers always was her, and it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the master, and even better for her, bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls...
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come...
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust, and while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to Walud, I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk...
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going...
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, and we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times.
Thank you, Sid. There was a name, Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. The thought of him held cap...
He must be very important.
He was.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit walls, just beyond the portcullis. We should head there as quickly as we can.
As do I, Doris.
As do I, Clive. Alright. We'll work our way left to right. Board and row, row, row my boat across the little stream. Go to the lighthouse and find all my friends, and then we'll make some memes.
That's smaller than I remember, and you're a lot bigger. I was.
You two go on without me. I doubt that boat will hold a third.
If you're sure. Hop in, boy. This place hasn't changed at all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on. Race you there? I bet I could still beat you. Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal? Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword. Well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you, Torgal, for never giving up, for never forgetting. Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either.
Do I receive a sparring sword to put in my trove? In my bedroom?
That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal. All right. I'm coming. I think I know where we're going. People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home.
Mark! Here I go again on my own. Traveling down the only road I've ever known. Oh, this is easy. Thank you.
It's well. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all. This should be enough.
Like we're done.
Why the hell would we... to take the bearers?
Here to help me pack? Thanks, but I'll be traveling light. You're really going to go through with... I am. But before I go... If it's within my power to help... It's the children. And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them ostracized forever. I can think of only one place where they are certain to be safe. Of course. Thank you, Clive.
Lubor!
What is it, Ferda?
There's been a flood in the Velcro.
Ferda boys.
A damn big one. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in ether.
What?
Every last one of the bastards has turned.
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite another. We need to evacuate. There's no time. Ferda, gather them. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready to cover the townspeople. Well, what?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you to find Conrad and Natalie. Tell them to prepare for a full and immediate... Understood. I'll do what I can to convince everyone else. Have to listen to me. They're coming.
Why do they always have to make such
What do you want, Lord?
To pass on an important message. There's been an ether flood out in the Velcroy. The camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been swallowed. They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now. You need to begin preparing for a full-scale...
Oh, do we? And who was it who gave you this disturbing news, my...
Lubor, perhaps? The man's... You may believe his lies, my lord.
But why would he lie about something like this?
Some twisted attempt at revenge. If he had not been unmasked, he may well have been elected. A great honor for one he might well feel aggrieved at having been denied.
Lord Underhill, forgive me, but it has become all too evident where your sympathies lie. Lubor cannot be trusted.
You may not trust me. But for the sake of your people, ask yourselves if there is any chance that this is true.
There isn't. You can be certain of. Now be off with you.
You're making a mistake.
Come, Clive. If our words will not move them, then we must find another way to help save it.
You're right. Let's speak to Lord Ferda.
Ferda boys. Know what I'm saying?
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
Skipping through the inn. Gonna go see my friend.
Lord Ferda. Sid. I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the... They've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor's... A bloody... Which means the town guard can't be counted on, but I can. If there's anything, you only have to ask. I appreciate.
Sid! Ferda! I've been looking for you everywhere.
Victor?
I couldn't abandon a friend, and Lubor is in need at this very moment.
Come quickly.
You have to believe me! The Akashic are coming! They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There will be no parley, no mercy granted! We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
You should run!
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run!
Run!
Far away!
Run!
Just go, bearer!
Yeah. Yeah.
Not worth saving. How many rocks does it? Clean up your damn town.
Wait, someone's coming.
Stop! You're hurting him! What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems, and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad? And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that? Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty? Who spends all day every day making sure things run smoothly around here? And none of you ever say thank you. Ever. But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling? He keeps this whole place going. And you act like it doesn't even exist!
Tell him, kids.
Lubor, we have heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then. Fine. Gather round if you don't want to die.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the Velk. The place had been abandoned for years, until the League of Outlaws decided to make it their... Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct...
They are mindless monsters, driven only by hate and rage. And they are utterly With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they will... When these creatures come, Dalamil will have the bitterest fight it has ever... The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of us will take the south. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size and nature of the... And as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that it is... Conrad, can I count on the support of...
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, Victor, and the command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind.
Consider it done. As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the townsfolk barricade themselves inside the bathhouse. And tell the merchant not to waste time securing anything beside the essentials. Preserve. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what trinkets we might lose. Our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands ready to cover any losses.
Very well.
Where do I fit into this plan? Where else but the most perilous place of all? I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of Outlaws. The main host is most likely still there. And Dalamil will not be safe until... A little gardening? I doubt it. I have a feeling these weeds will be particularly stubborn. Luckily. So you are. All right then, we all... Now it's simply a matter of doing it.
For Dalamil! Woo! For Clive, the savior of Dalamil. For Lubor, the mayor of Dalamil. Woo! For Victor, the guy whose name is Victor.
Better not keep them waiting.
Meow.
Let's go.
For Ambrosia. Ah.
Good.
Any man sighting an Akashic is to raise the alarm.
Oh, you missed, dummy.
There it is. The flood.
But what's waiting for us inside?
Candy.
You deserve a rest. Time to fight.
We'll go from foot from here. Tell you where we'll. Ooh. Guess this little piece of candy. Give me some desert roses.
Can't leave a single one alive.
Goodbye. Good gravy. That dude had a lot of HP.
The League is disbanded. I should get back to Dalimil and...
I'll get back there and the city is fully decimated. That'd be great. Great for the story.
All the Akashic we were able to find have been dealt with. Seems that might be the last of them.
Last of them here, perhaps.
Lubo, so Clive has returned.
Clive! What news from Charatina?
It's done. Root and branch.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Thank you, my lord.
Friends, the Horde has been driven back. The Akashic have been defeated. And we need not fear the arrival of any more, thanks to Clive. Victory is ours.
We bloody did it!
We saved Dalimil.
Lubor, allow me to apologize. After all you have done for this town, we should never have doubted you.
But we did. And for that we are truly sorry. We only hope that you can forgive us.
We need you, Lubor. Dalimil needs you. So, if you would still like to be considered for the position of mayor, you have our backing.
You do remember that I'm a bearer, don't you?
We do. But that is not a stain on your character. It is a stain on ours. We thought only of what we perceived bearers to be, not what you truly are. The man who saved Dal...
I see. But I will only accept your proposal on 2 conditions.
Name them.
Firstly, that you will both do everything in your power to rally your people to my cause. If the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not accept my leadership, it will be doomed. Unity is the key to defending Dalimil. And I do... When that time comes, I will expect us all...
Of course.
And you will accept that if I am... The mistreatment of bearers must end here in Dalimil. Any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same rights as any other citizen. They will not be judged by what they are, but who they are.
As we failed to do, and
we agree to your conditions. And we have own...
Condition accepted. Well then, it seems my mayorship is all but confirmed. Do I get some sort of special hat? How fickle fate can be. And now, I find myself here.
Lubo.
Fear not. You are, of course, relieved of your... I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than see them brought up as outlaws. I'll make sure they're safe.
I don't doubt that you will, and not just the children.
Can't have all your hard work.
That's right. My hard work. Me. Not you. Not you, Lou. Quest complete. Lines in the Sand, Part 2. Psh, psh, psh. Ravosht. Ravosht. What? Well.
Good girl. Run like the wind.
Like the wind, Ambrosia. The wind.
This will be his new road again. If you were a tortoise, Torgor, where would you hide?
Wouldn't report it so I can do what I want. I like turtles. Oh, I'm a little disappointed.
Quiet.
Figured it was gonna be a big ol' adamantoid.
Like we found him.
$75K, baby!
Nice try. Too slow. I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her process.
You can do it. Well, there were more side quests, so we'll see. Hopefully we can do it in a timely fashion. We're making our way through them pretty quickly. But the only thing I should have left are these side quests, maybe a couple of bosses, and then the final dungeon.
Your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found a letter from Father.
Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
I know that I ask much of you in this coming year, but I see no other way to secure a future for our duchy and our family. Yet, even should we succeed in subduing the savages and winning back Drake's breath, the threat of blight still looms. And only with all Rosaria striving as one might we last to overcome it. I have made plans to see us through what such are the obstacles that stand in our way. It shall likely fall to you to continue my work. I know that you have the strength, the courage, and the will to do so. This shall be an arduous inheritance, so I offer you another, that you might be reminded of the love and faith that I hold for the both of you. Your father.
An inheritance.
I am doing all the quests,
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before...
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans?
His plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream didn't end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse. With the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see, small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message, nor would he have entrusted his vision. Those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent.
It's a pity only they are still...
It is true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath, but one at least remains. And
what do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that, after all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will, and arrange...
And where is this?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
Shall we then? Let us away. To the archives. Where are the archives? Do you have a quest for me? Do you have a quest for me too?
Lord Marquis?
What is it?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait. He sent an owl some while ago, but we have...
Was he surveying?
No. The object of his study was a savior cult that has arisen in Ash in recent years. An ancient religion that worshipped Alt. By gaining an understanding of this new faith, we hoped to learn more of the Circle's original beliefs.
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash?
Fully cognizant of the... I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order, the third chair. Though he has been silent for some days now, I have thus far refrained from sending any up. Yet, it seemed only right to inform you of the situation. For as you so earnestly advised me, it would not do to abandon a man to his fate.
But Ash is a big place.
Perhaps. The last owl I received from Mickleburg was its name.
Oh, Mickleburg.
It lies in the sub. If aught ill befell him.
Right.
You are much. Go then, with my hopes. And may the firebird's flame ever burn.
If this new faith really is an offshoot of the Circle of Malleus, then...
Let's concentrate on finding the third chair first, shall we?
We shall. We. Cyril's guest is this lady
My lord.
Person.
Your
grandmother?
I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasure's eye, but alas, he did not live. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished, but it was not to be.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before you. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished article, but with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed. You are grown men now, and while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing...
Thank you.
What say you?
What else? Of course, my lady.
Oh, I am much...
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it. It is found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see. We do at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made it...
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, in fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield?
What say you, Judge? What else?
Let's fight a griffin.
Titan's Wake is to the south.
Too sharp.
Eyes peeled, Joshua.
Oh, Simmerg.
There it is. For House Rosfield.
I don't know if canceling Zenzetsuken like that does the full damage or not, but if it does, it saves a lot of time. I got 2 heartstones, one for me and my brother. We're gonna put it on and get some really cool gauntlets.
Lady Godotha will know.
Lady Godotha, bless us with your knowledge of the heartstones and my brother's love. Lady Godotha.
Oh, thank the Founder. The griffin is slain.
And the Heartstone claimed.
Yes. This radiant luster, like frozen flame. It is just as your... Thank you, your father...
Lady Godotha.
Thank you, Cyril. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut.
And set forthwith.
The armbands are complete. Pray, take them. They are yours, after all. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. It symbolizes unwavering will and devotion. And the graven vines encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies who would thwart his vision. Only if we stood together,
as Phoenix and Shield.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, but this was more than just... it was a promise.
Thank you for remaining the steadfast custodian of our father's will.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So...
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father's of the deep love he had for both of you. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us. I tried to warn your father, but it was too late. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short.
And thank the Founder.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim that, and so my pursuit continued. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered.
Lady Godotha, on behalf of my father...
As do I.
Thank you for coming back to us.
The bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally receive the...
It is. And we thank you for the part you played, Cyril.
Let him see that you have received his blessing.
I suppose it would be churlish not to. What do you say, Clive?
I think I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. Since the day we recovered it, I prithee claim it. For it too is a part, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in your hands than perched upon some lonely rock.
Thank you, sir. Come on, Clive. He's waiting.
Let him wait. I must go to Baklad. Wait, I was in Baklad. Baklad? Ah, haha! It is Baklad. Aha!
Do you see that too?
This is no time to ride.
The only time to ride.
Huh?
What is it? Oh, please. Stop. I'm scared.
Come on.
Yeah!
fight.
Nice jump.
It can't be Rutherford, can it?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's...
Allow me.
I don't need your...
Please, Field Marshal, oblige him.
This won't take long.
You're right. It won't.
I know, because I'm gonna kill you real fast.
Too slow.
Bye.
A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just...
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying region, but I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis. Or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am, or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning, and while the choices I've made may not always have been the right one, I know I made so long. So many of us have been told how we could live, how when it should have been our decision all along. Now, we have a chance to put things right, but in order to take it, we must stand together. Even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dhalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals. But those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honey, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps.
I'm flattered. And I have other problems. What we need is a skilled arbitrator.
Is that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Beggars. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this.
I shall.
Otto. The king! King Otto!
My lord Marquis. Your lord uncle bade me escort the field marshal to his manor.
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good.
An envoy. I'm not sure I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. Someone like Quentin. I hope I can convince him at least.
Oh. I was thinking Otto. Otto on humps a lot.
Yeah!
Back to the stables, girl. Quentin.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of... Go on, then. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should... and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can...
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to the people of Lostwing are my family. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any... They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know...
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family.
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you? That only we are worth saying? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced... Who's to say you couldn't convince the entire...
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by...
So you'll join us? Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany...
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape.
Two quests in North of Reach. Hopefully we're coming to an end of the story.
Zerr might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
Right here.
I'm nervous. Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember?
You'll serve. Please, just Sid. There are no masters.
Oh, of course. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my...
To become a scout, yes.
I am. But I swore I'd face him. Just like the man who saved my life.
And who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me and freed. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. Came and it taught me what one man can do. And I've been training ever since. So that one day, I can be someone's saviour, just like Gav was mine.
I'm sure he'd be flat. You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions. Stick to this pub.
So, what?
You haven't even started. Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right.
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be... You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
I now know what the oubliette is.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him.
On my way. All right. Ember, impress me. Run like the wind.
Don't drink and choke a
Clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is. Or maybe not. Damn it. Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Then run! If you want it.
It does. It's not an animation cancel, it's just a full-on cancel.
Nice try.
Rubba-da-ba, bibba-da-ba, bibba-da-ba.
Gone. Of course.
I got my money on that was his distraction.
I didn't expect you. Where is Ember?
He must have fled. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. He was nowhere to be seen.
I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but...
The right man for the job? I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
Hey? Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you then, as a... And...
But Sid!
He did what he thought was best. And now
Of course. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
Knew it.
This won't be an easy decision.
Ember didn't let me down.
A fortress?
The garrison is threatening to pull their sentries from the markets.
I would speak with this Duke.
Saw the captain just now. Your town needs you.
I need you.
Do you have a moment, Clive?
What is it?
It's the Duke, unsurprisingly. His Eminence has assumed full control of the garrison. The town was left all but unguarded, so Philippe was compelled to fall. And though my dear boys have been characteristically willing to assist him in this, so I was wondering if you would lend them your strength.
Of course.
Thank you, Clive. Philippe told me he had men stay.
Where can I find the mistress of this?
Here, my lady. To whom do I have the
My name is Sabine, and it is my displeasure to be the daughter of the Duke of Oriflamme, who I understand is causing you and your town no small amount of... I wish to speak to you about what might be done.
Very well. I trust you'll forgive.
Absolutely.
Please.
As you know, my father is a most overbearing and supercilious man, and I join you in objecting to his every action. Indeed, I owe you for continuing to argue against his reckless plan. Yet I fear he is not one to be swayed by... He must be made to face the
And who would make him?
I would. Myself and several others. Were you to join us, we would surely have the strength to drive him from Northreach for good.
Does that not seem a trifle?
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. Unless you are content to see your people downtrodden and dispossessed. My father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. That they should be forced to make every sacrifice to ensure her revival. But he is wrong. It is not the people who must serve the Empire, but the Empire who must serve her people. He's always been scornful of the opinions of anyone he judged beneath him, but he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod over the common. We must fight him.
Fight him? No. Respectfully, my lady. Our only chance of saving this town depends upon every one of us uniting against our common enemy. While I understand your frustrations, I cling to the hope that he may yet be...
False hope. But I see that your mind is made up. If you will extend me the same... I bid you good day.
Good day. I like her hat.
Spirit.
Indeed. But unfortunately for us, which may be enough to seal the fate of this town, this is all about her and...
Families.
I'm sorry, where were we? Ah, yes. I was about to tell you of the... But perhaps it's better that you heard them from him.
Right away.
It's just a pity I cannot join you.
Your town needs you. Saw the captain just now.
The Duke might have soldiers at his beck and call.
What does the Duke have to say about me?
So you are content to abandon... Please, if you are a true son of Northreach...
That's exactly what I am doing. Or trying to, at least. The land...
Even when our true enemy is fine. You're not the only... Thank you so much.
She cornered you too, then?
Could hardly get a word in it, like father-like.
She made an uninvited appearance at the Vale, hoping to convince the Dame to join her.
I bet that went well. Anyway, what brings...
Our mutual friend thought you might welcome some help.
Oh, right, as always. We've had some reports, you see.
They're back.
Seems that way. We haven't been able to confirm anything yet, but if you're willing...
Right.
You know Grieger's Weep? One of the...
I'm on my way.
Thank you, Clive. I'll look into one of the other sightings.
Okay. You start walking your way, I'll start walking mine. We'll meet back here at that old fence post line.
Run like the wind. Damn it. The reports were true. I need to stop them before they get to the town.
Jeez, why do these things have so much HP? Always kill the healer first.
Touch the way. Clive. You alright?
I am. I dispatched the few that I...
Well, that's something. But what were they doing south of town? We might be able to fend off an attack from one side or the other.
Do you have eyes in the...
Some. I should probably go and have a look, though. Just you head back to Northreach. I want you there, just...
What do you mean?
Her ladyship's been busy working her magic, stirring up ill feeling towards her father. But she'll have her marching on the barracks.
What? I'll do what I can to... Be careful out there, or...
Don't worry, I'm not like you. One sniff of those things and I'm running back to town screaming...
Do you not see, Father? The people of Northreach have given enough, and only a fool would ask for more.
Listen to me, Sabine. Where would our people be without their country, hmm? The Empire is their sword and their shield. It is she that ensures they can live without fear. But now she teeters on the brink. Without their sword, How will the people fight? Without their shield, how will they protect their kin? Can the unarmed stand against the advancing hordes? No. But there is yet hope. A new shield, a new sword. A new empire. We can rebuild Sandbreck, just as Great Grieger wills it.
Perhaps we could, Father. But we don't want to. Not if it is built on the broken backs of the people.
Please, let us not quarrel in the street. You must see that no good will come of this. Our fight is not with each other, but with the threat that draws ever closer to our gates. A threat that your sword has yet to rid us of, Your Eminence.
You will hold your tongue, whore! You may have filled my daughter's head with your heresy, but I will not be corrupted.
Corrupted? Your daughter's opinions are her own, as you would know if you had ever deigned to listen to her. At least I hope they are your opinions, and not posturing born of a family feud. Northreach deserves better than that.
Northreach deserves better than you, Carla. Yes, I know who you are. The slut of Twinside who bedded a Branded.
Jealous, are you? That a woman might choose a bearer over a pious man of Grieger.
Clive! I met a swarm of thralls coming south from Oriflamme. Hundreds of them. Too many to count.
No. Work on the fortifications has scarcely begun. We will retreat to Caer Norvent and there make our stand. Did you hear me? That was an order!
While this is but a heartfelt plea, let us make our stand here and protect our homes. Protect those that we love. Together, for Northreach!
For Northreach! For Dalamil! I mean, Northreach! For Lost Wing!
What are we waiting for? Pikemen to the gates. Archers to the roofs. Quickly, come on!
But she is but a common...
whore, yes. And we'd follow her to the gates of hell. The men have their orders, and they look like following them. I got them spaced out at regular intervals. Whichever direction the thralls strike from, they'll...
Thank you, Philippe. Rest assured the people will play their part. Should any of your men be injured, take them to the vet.
Thank you, milady.
I'll play my part. You still want for numbers. I only hope I can go some way to evening the odds. Philippe, can I leave the south in your hands? I doubt the thralls by the lake were the last of their number.
Of course. I'll lead a party down that way so we don't get taken by surprise. What about you?
I'll make my way up the road to Oriflamme. I fought a few of these things. And well, I can't promise to hold them all back.
All right.
Thank you.
You can thank us when it's over.
Till then, madame.
Carla.
When the fighting begins, we can take refuge in the valley.
Epic battle, epic something's about to happen music into chill, relaxed. We're in the meadow.
There is
So many of them.
Not for long.
Omega kill.
Is it over?
No. It's only just begun. Nice try.
It's easily broken, but he doesn't stay that way for long. It's a cool little concept. Hey, you concept, it works. 20 million other white weapons emerge.
I wonder how the others fared. Better hurry back to town.
Clive, it's good to see you.
And you. The road to Oriflamme is clear. How did you and your men fare?
Well, we ended up fighting for our lives down by the lake. Took a few nicks, but nothing the girls of the Vale can't put right.
Glad to hear it.
Well, it seems we've survived. For the time being, at least. I thank you both for answering the call.
You were right. And I was wrong. About everything.
We know.
I had thought that the only way to unite that without a strong hand, they would drift apart. To be born hither and yon, but you, not by force, nor by the exercise of goddess-given authority, but by simply being one of them.
Our purpose was ever the same, Your Eminence. You were merely distracted by a loftier vision of empire and glory.
You have, as did you. His Radiance said it himself. Sanbreque is naught, I forgot that,
I'm sorry too, Father. I should never have taken things so far. I only wanted you to understand how the people felt. How I felt.
Do not blame yourself, my dear. This was my doing. I should have listened to you.
Your Eminence, your ladyship. I do not doubt that you came here with the best, but I believe the same could be said of... We all want safety, security, prosperity. Not, and we may yet achieve it. Will you join us?
Yeah.
Thank you, Your Eminence. Now that that is settled, I must go and see to the wounded. The Vale's doors are always, and today there are more than...
She gave me the side eye.
Madam Isabel is a rare soul in these. I see that it is not men like me.
You're right.
Forgive me for saying so, milady, but you still do. The dame said it herself. We can turn things around. And that goes for you, too. You're one of us now.
One of you.
Well said, Captain.
Well, I should see if Isabel needs any help moving the wood.
Yeah, let's see. That's what you're gonna go see. Yeah. Jill will be so disappointed.
There's no need to worry any longer.
I saw several.
Oops, this way.
Being carried to the Vale.
We did it!
This the last one?
How goes the treatment of the wounded? I'll be happy to man one end of a stretcher if it would help. Don't mention it.
Oh, but I must.
Tell me, if Northreach had fallen, what would you have done? But I sense you would rather have died it. For you, madame, I have all the time in the world.
Very well. I was Carla then. Courtesan to the nobility. So sought after was I that it was only they who could afford my time. Alas, those halcyon days were not to last. For naive as I was, I fell in love with a bearer. He was my master's guard, the gentlest man I have ever known. After they discovered us together, he was whipped bloody and forbidden from ever looking at me again. And so we fled. Not that we had anywhere to flee to. We wandered, aimless and starving, half dreading, half praying that the next day would be our last. Until we found ourselves here, in Northreach. It was the Vale that took us in, that fed us, clothed us, and healed our hurts. Those that could be healed, at least. My love was already too far gone.
He passed away.
He did. Not long after we arrived. But at least we were able to share a few moments of peace before the end. It was the greatest gift I have ever received. But the generosity of this town and her people did not end there. The men and women of the Vale supported me through my grief. Shared in it, though I was still a stranger to them. They treated me like a sister. And so I swore that I would always do the same. That I would return the kindness that Northreach showed me. That I would repay my debt to the Vale.
Thank you, Isabel, for sharing this with me.
You're a lot like him, you know. Perhaps that is why I have such a soft spot for you. Never stop fighting, Clive. And I shan't either. I know that it will not be easy to keep Northreach together. But our efforts will be rewarded. Just look at us now. The people, the soldiers, even the Duke of Oriflamme and his daughter. All united in defense of this town that we have come to call our home. And what of you? Can we count on your support too?
Always.
Always.
Quest complete under new management, part 2. I got some more recalcum. I got some more recalcum. I'm recalcum. I got some more recalcum, baby. Who is this and where are we going? South of this area. Somebody showing.
Ready, girl? Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. We've overcome Father's political enemies. That I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
What? Okay.
It's just back there. Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us. As we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then?
Onward and upwards.
To the end.
It's the end
and to a new
of
beginning.
Quest complete. Where there's a will. There's a rusted battle helm. Joshua has joined Clive's party and will remain with him until departing for Origin. Okay. Welcome aboard, brother, who's literally been there since forever. Oh my god, I have all these to do with Ash. This is a long one, and we're gonna have to cut it. Stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid.
Come on. Fly, Ambrosia.
This be Nickelberg.
Be safe.
Mickelberg.
These people aren't turned. And the village seems safe enough at least. What is going on here?
Ah. Did you, too, heed the call?
Heed the call? No, I came here looking for someone. To be honest, I wasn't sure I'd find him here. Let alone all of you.
Is that so?
What are you doing here? Is this where you live?
It is my home. The others, they heeded the call.
You keep saying that. What do you mean?
They came here to perform the rite, just as King Barnabas instructed. This village is their altar, where they shall cast their shoals upon the gentle waters and give themselves to the Lord.
Give themselves?
Oh, Lord, cleanse us of our sins.
Let us be reborn in your loving arms.
Free us from the torment of this mortal realm.
They want to be saved. Forgive me, but did another foreigner like me come here? He was probably wearing a cowl.
You mean the traveler from Stone? Yes. He's staying at my house, toward the rear of the village.
Thank you. If you don't mind, I'll go and greet him.
They seek the same salvation Barnabas did. At least the third chair still lives. Let's go and find him.
Let us be made pure.
Excuse me. Are you with the Undying?
I am. And so it would appear, are you? Lord Rosfield, if I am not mistaken.
That's right. And you must be the third chair.
I am.
Cyril was worried for your safety. He sent me to find you.
Then I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bearer of the burning quill. Much less you, my Lord Marquis.
He said that you had failed to report. Is there a reason for that?
I came here to study the followers of this new faith. But the more I learned of them, the more my own faith began to falter.
I have not played any Baldur's Gate yet. Well, I played it 3 years ago in early access.
They devote themselves to the veneration of their lord with a fervor I have never seen before. Praying night and day that they might be rid of their wicked wills.
Have you played it yet?
In their Saviour's light. Not that they might be granted respite from their worldly woes, but so that they might continue to serve him. Serve him with all of their beings. I, too, swore to devote my life to the service of my lord and master, but this... 'tis different. It is more. And so I would see it through to the end. See these people safe, that they might achieve their dream. That they might do their duty to their lord. Even if it should keep me from doing my duty to mine.
You do understand what their dream is, don't you?
I do, my lord. They would cast aside their wills and become a Kashik. I know that it may be hard to believe, but to these people, that is the very essence of salvation. Forgive me, my lord, but I must remain here. If you are to return to Master Cyril, I would consider it a great...
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Hear that, my lord. Something is happening.
I'll go and find out what. Stay here. Beneath the flood. Oh no. There must be something I can do.
Kill them.
Echoes as well. Found her.
Found her.
Ready, brother? Ready.
Aim. Fire.
What now?
More. Adib. 6 hours, that's what, like halfway through chapter 1 or all of chapter 1?
We meet again.
We meet again.
I've killed your kind before.
Have we learned how to stop Akashic floods? Oh, no!
Damn it.
Nice lightsaber, bro. Oh no! The third hand. You're a better fighter than that. Come on, bro. Clubbed him in the noggin.
Come on, speak to me.
I had to save them, that they might have a chance to find true salvation by devoting themselves to the service of their Lord, just as I did when the Undying plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in, a duty to serve was everything to me, and I would not deny them that fulfillment, even if they must become Akashic in order to achieve it. Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you with this. My findings. Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course. Your duty will be done.
Look, my lord.
Look.
They are saved.
Bum 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 ba bum bum ba bum. Joshua?
They are saved. Founder. I should get this report to Cyril.
Wait. Oh. Cyril. Cereal. It's right in here. Where you at? Where you at, Cereal? Here.
My Lord Marquis, I am glad to see you.
I met with your third chair, Cyril.
Mickelberg report.
Thank you.
Mickelberg Ultra.
He remained in
He died protecting the villagers from it. I buried him in Mickelberg.
If you could not save him.
The villagers, they were believers in this savior. They prayed to their god that they might be unburdened of their... Then an ether flood came. Your brother sacrificed himself that they might, even knowing that that life...
Then he perished defending liberty. For the right to choose how one dies is no...
Sid would agree. He wanted to build a world where people could die on their own terms.
A noble ambition. To die for one's cause is the most perfect expression of one's faith. It matters not how misguided others might judge one's decision to be. Only that the decision is one's own. We live according to the teachings of our order. We believe in them, we protect them, and yes, we die for them, for better or worse,
But he didn't die for your creed, and you still believe that what he did was right.
I believe that we of the Undying are not slaves, but willing, and this was his will.
I'd like to know this man's name, Cyril. To know the names of all the Undying who've fallen in the line of duty. They died serving my house. It's only right that I remember them. That is my duty.
Of course, I shall fetch the Book of Martyrs at once. My lord, it has been the greatest honor of my life to serve. Though our duties may differ, yours is no less important. And were they here, I have no doubt but that every one of my fallen brothers and sisters...
Quest complete. So I level up. Almost 50. Almost 50, which I assume is the max. That's another orichalcum, only missing 2 dark steels. And now there's absolutely no reason for me not to make Ouroboros. Or they opened up, and they opened up my mind. I saw the sign. We're almost there. I honestly think we're gonna do it. We're gonna finish these side quests in one thing, and then we'll start up the other after I eat food. Oh yeah, I gotta go in. I remember this place.
Come on. Fly, Ambrosia. Doris is waiting for me near Balmundark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry.
Then hurry, bro.
All right. Back to the stables, Carl. There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the Wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may all—
Don't give up hope just yet. Let me check the ground floor.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to... Locked up tight.
I'll take this.
Minimal loss if we're looter lives. Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that.
I need a key. Show me the key. Why is the key on the... Is this the key? Okay. That's another letter. Recent supply shortages left us with insufficient resources to feed the Kuza entrusted to our care. Fortunately, the creature was observed to kill and consume the bears assigned to fight along beside it in a mock battle conducted as a part of its training. The beast was further observed to enter the state of visible contentment upon feeding in this way, suggesting that live bears may be its preferred source of sustenance. While this behavior is unexpected, it is not unwelcome. Bears no longer of use for training purposes can now be repurposed as required.
They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared.
Quiet. Have care.
It's nice to know that I can jump down. It's cute. It's rare. The Kingdom of Wolud hereby designates a facility prison for the detainment of bears, both foreign and domestic. The prison.
So this place was no ordinary prison.
No.
And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when... Nothing but a Kashyyyk down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
These treasure chests, man. 20 sharp fangs? Who does that?
No lock downstairs. But I did find...
I know. I've been reading bearers die every day in service of their masters. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits. And not just those who could fight, but and those who wouldn't or couldn't were...
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity that...
Then we're too late.
Don't say that.
A key.
Gimme.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs.
I know where it
Finish
goes.
up here.
Right.
I know where it goes. Oh, okay. Oh, candy.
Let's see what we can find down here.
You're gonna tell me, sit here and tell me, I am not gonna fight this monster here? Okay. Ooh, I got an amber. Who's crying?
Survivor. She sounds close. There's no need to be. Are you alone?
Some of the guards, they're still... Everyone else...
Thank the
It was worth our coming.
Ready when you are. You poor thing. What?
He fought the monster. He must have sent you. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he?
Chadwick.
Yeah, there's my calling.
Monster's back!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep...
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard...
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
Oh, it's a behemoth. Who's a beast?
The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen.
I have all these really cool things for crafting, but none of them are...
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. What is it?
Poor book.
A diary. He was here.
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last.
Chadwick.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway.
No. I'll see that she's looked after from now on.
Sometime later.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. How he fought to the bitter end, that's the man I remember.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her. For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things, so we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found after so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken...
But even in captivity, the battles and he died, not as someone's tool.
Hyde Marie is proof of that. Bearers can come, and the curse breakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it.
Thank you, Doris.
Thank you, Doris. Thank you. Thank you very much. Quest complete! Nobody's tool. Nobody. Alright, that's them. That's my bitches.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts? You earned this.
Dang right I did. Is this a new quest? Nope, okay, turning that in, turning that in, turning that in. I have one quest left in Wylud. Two quests. Let's do them. Let's do them. See if we can get them done in less than 18 minutes and keep this video under 3 hours.
Let's go. Run like the wind.
Oh, this is a... Okay. A mark. I literally just fought with you. Behemoth King. Oh shit, he's an S.
Another of your honest guard dogs. Quite a specimen it is too. Too slow. Too slow.
Give me a dark steel, use behemoth. Okay.
No match for you, eh, Torgal?
Oh.
Yeah.
I did find it a little odd to just see a behemoth in the middle of the fields, but not bad.
The entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in? His interests were certainly varied.
Chapter 16. Oh, that's a big chapter.
This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
I didn't read it. Guess I should read it. Sure, it's in my thing.
Leaving so soon, stranger? We've been watching you.
Cool.
From a distance, so to speak.
Subtle. I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on introductions. Hand me the book.
No.
Leave it in our care and return to your life.
Pass.
Your care? Do you mean to burn it or bury it?
That is not my decision to make. But by one means or another, its contents shall be removed from the common record.
Then I'll have to politely refuse. I won't let you erase our history.
Then we find ourselves at an impasse.
Yeah, okay.
Very well. The book can just as easily be pried from your dead hand.
Yep. Bring it. You're gonna need more than this, friend.
Nice try.
enough.
Nice try.
Impressive. But we have other means. We shall claim the book yet.
Why do you want it so badly anyway?
It lays out in no uncertain terms the vanity and avarice of mankind. It tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression of a gifted few by a giftless many. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
You don't know. Your sword may be sharp, but your wits are dull. So let me answer for you. There is no correct interpretation of history. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But there can be no single, immutable explanation as to why they came to pass. It is a question of numbers. If enough people believe that a set of events occurred.
So you're trying to control the truth?
We are trying to protect people from knowledge that would bring them naught but pain. That is all. You may keep the book. For now. The world is small. We shall meet again. Until then.
Wait. Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian. Perhaps she can explain what that was all about. Good girl. Back to the stables, Carl. This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here. It's locked. I should look around some more before I start breaking down doors.
Why? Why do we need to just do it, you know?
Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture. Disposed of. Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place. I need to find that registry. This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out. A forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots.
Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Oh, it is a key.
This must be the registry.
Oh.
So many names. This place was... Where is the architect of all this? It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed. Nice try. I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman.
So I'm gonna call it here. Just because it's been 3 hours, we did all those side quests. We're gonna turn them in, which means you need to stay tuned to the next part so that you can actually see the conclusion of all those quests, and then hopefully we'll kill the last 2 monsters and then go to the final stage. We'll see. I mean, we've been talking about this being the last session for like 3 different ones, but I think this is really it. The next one is gonna be it. So stay tuned. We'll be back later tonight probably. If not, it'll be tomorrow, but you know, should be soon. Thanks for watching, and you guys have a good one.